Actually, English in Action is a 9 years project. Basically, it is trying to reach 25 million Bangladeshis in the way or improving their ways to communicate in English so that they can access to different kind of economic and social opportunities, not only within the country but also outside. We basically do it in two ways. One is through our school component, where we reach kind of primary and secondary students as well as the teachers, and we have another component which is called adult learning components, where we try to improve or support the adults who are out of school to improve their English language through using the medias. You see, in the school component, as I said, we are working, the primary target group is primary and secondary teachers and students. We have two types of materials. One is for classroom use, and the second type is for teachers' own professional development. In both cases, we do use technology. We use ICT or mobile phones that helps to deliver those materials in the classroom. So if I give you some examples, if for classroom use or for students, what we produce audio materials based on the national curriculum and textbook, so the students can hear or get exposed to more English in their practical classroom. At the same time, looking at the teacher professional development materials, it is basically for teachers we also produce a lot of print materials, which is also supported by the audiovisual contents for teachers, where they can get real examples of teaching practices. They know how to, they can see in front of themselves how to do a certain techniques in a given classroom and things like that. We also do, as I said, the teacher training so that the teachers know how to use those materials in the classroom. I think one of the major thing of the materials is it is kind of bilingual. We did not completely take off Bangla because that has been the major influential language in all the interactions within teacher and students. So actually what we did, for example, in any material, especially the teacher training materials as well as the classroom materials, the initial ones had more focus or like heavily supported by Bangla, and gradually as the time goes on, so they move towards English. So that's how the students and teachers kind of build on or gradually improve their English exposure as well as their own skills and understanding and everything. If we talk about the teacher training and how we deliver it, our major focus is on classroom activities, and that is exactly where the teacher needs most support. So all our classroom materials or teacher professional development materials are videoed or filmed in a real classroom with real teachers, showing the real situation, so that makes it more practical and realistic. The key ones, I would say, one is the political and institutional buy-in from different institutions, because it also kind of sometimes challenges the existing practices, challenges the institutional arrangements and things like that. So that will be very important. Secondly, I would say that, for example, we have this plan of, the government has this plan of building a national assessment center, which you can I guess, you can understand very easily that assessment, if we don't change the assessment, then the learning, what is happening in the classroom, doesn't change very, very quickly and things like that. So it's a big hassle or hurdle on the way laid. The third thing is, what we often face with is the policymakers, they frequently change at the high government level. So that makes things very slow, and you have to start all over again in many cases to work with new people, new key people in the policymaking level. knowing English, a person who is probably less skilled in technical terms but knows better English, there are a lot of evidences that they get more exposure, their contribution is more valid within the organization, and the employer would do their best to keep and retain those employees who knows better English, can communicate in English in a better way. Lacking in English is one of the major reasons for foreign investment not coming to Bangladesh. If you look at the call centers, if you look at the IT sector, how it is growing, and Bangladesh has every potential to contribute to that and be economically benefited there. But those kind of areas, government is struggling, and the country is struggling and not achieving what they could have achieved with necessary skills in English.